One of the most beautiful drives in Alaska is along the 127-mile Seward Highway. Although the Seward Highway officially begins in Seward, Alaska, most visitors begin their journey in Anchorage. Today, our journey begins along the Tegan Arm of the Cook Inlet. There is a natural phenomenon that happens in these waters that is rarely seen anywhere else in the United States. Our timing will have to be perfect. We will need a very low tide followed by a very high tide. If everything aligns just right, we will get to see a boar tide.
Today we are just south of Anchorage, Alaska, enjoying this beautiful day at Willy Creek Campground. And this is right on the Tegan Arm. And there's something that happens right in this area that's very special that we hope to take advantage with. But right now we have met up with some friends, Mike and Nisha, and Sonia has joined us. So we're gonna chill out, enjoy the weather, have a good time, and then take a small adventure a short distance away from this campground. We hope you will join us and see what we have to see.
A boar tide is when a low tide and a high tide crashes into each other, creating a large wave. How is this possible? Well, first you need extreme tidal changes greater than 27 feet. The Tegan Arm is a 40-mile long, narrow, shallow passageway with huge tidal swings up to 37 feet between low tide and high tide. In addition to the low-high tides, there is a constant flow of fresh water running into the Cook Inlet, creating a river. When the high tide comes rushing back into the narrow channel, it pushes against that river, reversing the direction of the current, creating a large wave.
We pulled over on a pull-off on the side of the road, and you're looking at the Tegan Arm, and we are here in hopes of seeing the boar tide. It is August right now, and it feels like winter. The wind's blowing hard, it's very cold outside, and there are people out in the water right now with their surfboards and kayaks getting ready and hoping to ride that boar tide back. So we're hoping to catch a glimpse of that. A pretty unique event up here, and we only get so many opportunities because the boar tide usually isn't big enough to actually surf on, but this is one of those days it's predicted that it could be big enough to surf on, and there are a lot of people here in their wetsuits and dry suits. Parking lot is completely full.
You can tell that I'm not a local by how much I'm bundled up. So we are still waiting for the tide to come in. All the surfers are out. So it should be any minute now. Let me show you this rig. It's pretty cool. This is TA Surf Company. I love the painting on the sides. And we might even see a beluga whale. So what the surfers have done is they come out and they've gotten in the tide and it's taken them way, way down there. The biggest waves in Alaska range from 6 to 12 feet, sometimes traveling at speeds up to 20 miles per hour. These waves produce a great deal of turbulence, displacing and scraping sediment as they rush inland, creating loads of air bubbles. On a quiet day, you would be able to hear a low, thunderous roar as a tidal bore passes by. It's that time of year again. Our annual calendar has just been sent to the printing press. I'm just waiting for the final proof to come back before I give the A-OK to go ahead and print. And it only seems fitting that this year's calendar is all about Alaska. So if you're interested in ordering a calendar, head on over to our Etsy website. The pre-sale is currently live. The calendars are $23.99 with free shipping to the United States and Canada. The calendar should be in my hands no later than December 1st. I will mail them out as soon as possible so that you can have them just in time for Christmas. Now, if you've been following our Alaska adventure and you've enjoyed the journey, and maybe you just want to support us and keep us on the road, or maybe you want to help us rebuild that emergency fund that we just depleted, this would be a perfect way for you to support us. We thank you for coming along. We thank you for everything that you do. And if you want one of these calendars, please go to our Etsy website. I'll link that in the video description and in the comments below, and order yourself a calendar. We had so much fun yesterday watching the tidal board that we came back for day 2. The real reason we came back is after the tidal wave went by, the beluga whales came in after it. It happened so fast we weren't able to catch it on camera. So we're hoping today that the whales will be back. We might be able to catch them on camera. And what a difference a day makes. Today, sunny and much warmer. Today was a bust. The board tide was much smaller than yesterday. You can tell by the lack of surfers. And the beluga whales were nowhere to be seen. We decided we would continue down the Seward Highway another 20 miles and check out the Portage Glacier area. Maybe we can find a good boondocking spot, and there is a glacier hike that we want to check out.
We just saw a sign on the side of the road that said fish viewing station, and yep, there is another glacier behind our van. But anyway, we had to pull over, check it out. We heard that the salmon are currently running. This is Williwaw Creek next to Williwaw Campground, only about 1 or 2 miles away from Portage Lake. And so if the fish are running, that means the bears are probably in the area as well. So we'll have to maintain bear awareness. And it even says bear alert. There it is, Williwaw Nature Trail and pond trailheads. This is the viewing area. And we missed the salmon running in Hyder, so we've been scoping out locations to see some salmon running in the creeks. This one is crystal clear. And yes, there is salmon in here. I see a sockeye. And a bunch of other salmon. I think they might be chub. There's a couple more sockeye up here. Bright red. They're easy to see compared to the other salmon. They're looking like they're towards their end of their life cycle. I'm gonna say post spawn or maybe during spawn. I don't know. I'm no expert for sure. But yes, awesome to see fish in the creek. There are trails running all over here. Let's see if I can get some more different views of the creek. Oh yeah. Woo. Hard to catch, huh? Is that hard to catch? Oh, frisbee! Ah, you caught it. You caught the frisbee. You caught the frisbee.
When you find an epic spot as this, close to the road and near a body of water, it tends to get a bit crowded. Join us next week as we continue to explore this area. First up, let's find a boondocking spot that's just a tad less crowded. We take a glacier cruise to Portage Glacier and we hike to an ice cave. You won't want to miss next week.
If you would like to support our channel, please consider becoming a patron. We also have stickers available in our website store. Thank you for watching.